Everyone. In this video, I am going to explain how to draw frequency spectrum of FM signal using MATLAB. Frequency modulation is the process in which frequency of the carrier signal is varied in accordance with the amplitude of message signal, keeping amplitude and phase of carrier constant. So let us see the MATLAB code here. We use close all, clear all, CLC to clear the command window. And we are taking 10,000 samples, f is equal to 10,000, and we set the parameters of the carrier and amplitude of the carrier AC is 1, amplitude of the message signal is 1, frequency of the message signal is 30 Hz, and frequency of the carrier signal is 500. Then beta, this is the modulation index. Modulation index is taken as 5. Now set the time axis. It is from 0 to 0.1 fs divided by fs. That means it is from 0 to 0.1. Now we have omega c. Omega c is 2 pi fc. Omega m is the 2 pi fm. Let us generate a message signal by using this function m of t equal to am cos omega mt, and plot it. Subplotting we are doing 5 rows, 1 column, and first image, first signal, plot t comma m of t, then write the title, message signal, x label time, y label amplitude. And we also plot the carrier, generate the carrier c of t equal to ac cos omega ct, subplot 4 comma 1 comma 2 second signal, plot t comma c of t, title carrier signal, x label time, y label amplitude. Now generate the FM wave using the expression S of t equal to AC cos of omega ct plus beta sin omega mt. So this is the expression for the FM wave. So after calculating FM signal, then you do the plotting here, subplot 4 comma 1 comma 3, plot t comma S of t. And the title is frequency modulated signal, x label is time, y label is amplitude. Now we will compute the DFT of the signal using FFT function. F cap equal to FFT of S of t. So S of t is the modulated signal in the time domain, and we are taking the frequency domain representation of it by making use of FFT of S of t. Then shift to the spectrum. Why we are shifting the spectrum? Because FFT values are from 0 right side, and then we have to center it so that we will be getting the spectrum on either side of the origin. Now for that purpose, you take n equal to length of t, and make the frequency axis minus n by 2 to n by 2 minus 1, 1000 by 1000 instance of 0.0 samples are there, 1000 by. Then y shift is FFT shift. We are making use of the FFT shift function to shift the frequency vector to make the center. Now subplot the magnitude of the computed FFT values, subplot 4 comma 1 comma 4, plot f shift, this is the frequency axis, then absolute value of the y shift. Then write x level frequency, y level magnitude, title is magnitude value of FFT. Now let us run this code. So these are the results of this simulation. This is the message signal. It is a low frequency signal, amplitude versus time, and it is the carrier signal, amplitude versus time. This is unmodulated carrier signal. It has the same frequency carrier for all the cycles. The amplitude is same for all the cycles. The starting point is also same. There is no change in the carrier cycle frequency, no change in the amplitude of the signal, no change in the phase of the signal. That is why we are calling it as unmodulated carrier. So with the help of this carrier, we are doing modulation. The message signal is modulated with the help of this carrier. So we are going for frequency modulation. Frequency modulation, it is a process in which frequency of the carrier is varied in accordance with the message signal. That means if message amplitude is decreasing, here you observe message amplitude is decreasing, the carrier frequency also decreases. Carrier frequency decreasing means the cycle duration increasing. When the cycle duration increases, carrier frequency decreases. During this interval of the message signal, the here of message amplitude is increasing. When message amplitude is increasing, carrier frequency also increases. That means cycle duration decreases. Observe, this is the point where message signal is having amplitude high, maximum amplitude. So at that particular point, we have the frequency of the carrier cycle more here. At this point, message amplitude is low, -1. At this point, we have more duration cycle. More duration cycle means less frequency cycle. So it is oscillating between lower frequency to the higher frequency. There is a deviation. So the deviation is delta f. It is oscillating from fc minus delta f to fc plus delta f. Fc is the carrier frequency. So this low frequency is nothing but fc minus delta f. Delta f is the frequency deviation. And this high frequency is nothing but fc plus delta f. So there are changes in the frequency of the cycles here. The frequency change is directly proportional with the amplitude of the message signal. Now we can draw the magnitude value of the FFT. So FFT function is used, and we have drawn the graph between magnitude versus frequency. Here we can observe there is a carrier. On both sides of the carrier, we have side bands. Here there are number of side bands in the FM wave. In A we have only 2 side bands. FM contains many number of side bands. Carrier frequency is existing FC, FC plus FM, FC plus 2FM, FC plus 3FM, and so on. N number of side bands are there right side. That is upper side band. Below FC, we have FC minus FM, FC minus 2FM, FC minus 3FM, and so on. Correspondingly, we have lower side bands. So, and we can take the significant number of side bands to calculate the bandwidth. For example, if there are 10 number of significant sideband pairs. Pair means upper sideband and lower sideband constitute one pair. If there are 10 significant sideband pairs, then the bandwidth is equal to 10 times 2FM. Each pair is having a bandwidth of 2FM. If there are 10 significant sidebands are the sidebands whose amplitude is higher, at least 1% of the amplitude of the unmodulated carrier. So based on the significant number of sidebands, we can calculate the bandwidth of the signal. The analysis of this FM wave in the time domain, it is very difficult. If you observe this FM wave in the time domain, we cannot know what are the frequencies present in this signal, what is the amplitude of those frequency components. By drawing the frequency spectrum, we can easily know how many frequency components are there in the given signal and what is the amplitude of each of the frequency components. And let us run this simulation by considering modulation index 10 here. So we are increasing the modulation index. When modulation index increasing means the deviation also increases. When the deviation increases, we require more bandwidth, better representation of the FM wave. So run this program again. So we can observe a clear variations in the carrier. There is a large deviation is there, low frequency to high frequency. This is the point where message signal is having lower amplitude, where the cycle is having low frequency. Low frequency means high duration for this particular cycle. And this is the point where message amplitude is higher, high frequency, where the duration is small. So the deviation is more from lower frequency to higher. When deviation is more, the modulation index is also more. When modulation index is more, we require more bandwidth for representing this particular signal. We get wideband FM. For better clarity, we require wideband FM. So observe the frequency spectrum here, magnitude versus frequency. We have a carrier and we found more number of sidebands compared to the previous demonstration, previous simulation. So as the deviation increases, As modulation index increases, the number of sidebands also increases and it requires more bandwidth. And let us run this program by taking modulation index value 15 and see the results here. So there is a large deviation between the low frequency to the higher frequency. This is the point where message amplitude is low and we get more cycle duration. This is the point where message amplitude is higher, we get high frequency minimum duration cycle. This minimum duration cycle of frequency fc plus delta f, where delta f is the frequency deviation and this point corresponds to a frequency fc minus delta f. And here we have carrier and bandwidth is increased. More number of side bands. As beta increases, the side bands also increases. As side bands increases, then bandwidth also increases. We will represent this signal in a better form and we can get to a wideband FM for providing more signal to noise ratio. So I think this video is useful to you.